Join us as we speak with Alan Gotti of Zorzettig Vinis about their Sauvignon Blanc.
So I was talking to Louis because in my book, we've got, the light body whites and the medium body whites. And what I find is I really enjoy a good Riesling and a good Sauvignon Blanc. And then he told me, oh, you have to try these Italian ones, which kind of surprised me.
Awesome.
That's not where we typically think to get these two types of wines, which is kind of what started this conversation and led to us having this. This is the Zorzettig Sauvignon Blanc, even though over there they only say the Sauvignon, but it's got the Sauvignon 100%. Now, Alan happens to be in front of one of the areas that they plant this. So he's actually going to give us a little bit of a tour from a couple thousand meters away.
So we have a nice sunset here in approaching the spring season. Of course, the vines have still to flowering.
Yeah, they haven't blossomed yet. It's winter, just about to start the spring blossoming, right?
Yeah, so it's a nice view to the Sauvignon Blanc vineyard. So there's a totally of about 5 hectares, so it's 15 degrees totally.
Now, so the Sauvignon Blanc, we were tasting the Riesling just a moment ago. Now, this is another very different. So this is a grape that comes from France. So how does that become popular there in your area there in Friuli?
So definitely, so we have a special link with the Sauvignon Blanc because indeed it's one of the most recognized and well-known native varietals from France. But for about 25 years, we were invaded and dominated. And so this means under the French kingdom with Napoleon. So at that time, he brought and warmly suggested to plant native French varietals. And the two flagship that becomes part of our heritage and part of tradition were Cabernet Franc, about the red, and Sauvignon Blanc, about the white. So definitely here on the top of the hills in Coglio and Coglio Orientali del Friuli, Sauvignon Blanc found a kind of second home, and expressing and developing, of course, different clones pretty added for that land and for the slopes here in Friuli, rich of iron, very much driven fruity styles compared to the more aggressive styles classic from France. And so you have to think that, like in several countries in Europe, here wine was developed around the food. So we tried to have, of course, the nice balance of producing and give the right interpretation of the wines around our local dishes and cuisine.
Okay, so you and I just tasted the Riesling. So tell me what you think going from Riesling then to the Sauvignon Blanc, for those people that are looking at those different types.
All right, so let me talk about the similarity, because it's important. Something, Alan, that is really interesting to me is to notice the similarity in the minerality of both wines.
Right.
So.
And with the saltiness too, no?
With the saltiness.
Sure.
Yeah, no, with obviously, and the pattern that that region has, I think it's like a signature, perhaps, of what it brings is that minerality that is very much present in both of them. Now, the fruit, obviously, it's going from a lemon, lychee, perhaps some sort of lychee on the Riesling, going to now to a blossom way of white green apples and grapes. It's really a nice expression, but the fullness of the wines, I think what drives the fullness with the fruit is the minerality. And that is a signature that it stays with me in these wines.
You feel it in your throat, in the back of your mouth, because it's got that, the minerality, but it's almost like a little bit of green apple, pear,
also,
which the other one is more lemon.
Right, and what is important is always also not to complicate much about the wine, because we can think about what we get out of it, and we can sit down for half an hour talking about senses and ideas and concepts. Yeah. And it's a wine that has great minerality, great fruit, and you can sit down and drink it and enjoy it on your own, in your own experience. And then think about what you would pair that wine with. It's a fantastic wine. It's a wine that speaks loud.
And you don't have to eat with it. I mean, you can eat it by itself.
Not necessarily, right. So it's a fantastic wine, Alan. Something that I'm sure everybody who tasted this, especially comes in through the nose. It's an inviting wine. It's a wine that tells you, drink more so I can talk to you a little more. It's a romantic
wine. And I tasted both of them, but separately, never next to each other.
Right.
And the Sauvignon Blanc is out of this world.
Yeah, and definitely, as you say, it's a Sauvignon Blanc, style of wine, which is very rich in the nose, but actually in the palate, it's very easy to drink and very food friendly.
Yep. Yeah, and this is a little bit almost like the Loire Valley Sauvignon Blancs.
It's quite driven in that way. So more space to the fruit notes. So we find here nice lychee fruit notes, passion fruit notes, elderberry flowers, dried tropical fruit. Of course, you feel also this gentle tomato leaf notes, but not too aggressive. So you feel undercovered in some ways.
So I mean, anybody who likes a medium body white, this is like a great
in reference to your book. When you were talking about a medium body, that's it. This is it. That's where it fits into. Okay.
Yeah, because it definitely doesn't go over to like where a Chardonnay, which is a lot heavier, and you've got to really like that. But this is very likable wine. Very good. Well, Alan, thank you so much for your time. I know that it's, I can see the sunset there. So for you, it's...
it's the topic moment of the day. So thank you, of course, for this nice opportunity and for this nice tasting and chat. Of course, it was a little experience of the Zorzettig Vineyards live.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to more with you, okay?
Sure. That would be great.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.